Okay, I think it's recording. Sometimes the message is delayed. But my name is Courtney Handeland, one of the wellness coaches here at the Waukesha Employee Health and Wellness Center. Thank you so much for joining me for today's mindful movement break. And again, just safety precaution, make sure that you've got space around you to move. You're not going to bump into anything, kind of know where your limitations are. Feel free to kick off your shoes to get a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more freedom in your movement. And like I said, feel free to turn on some peaceful music if that makes this a more enjoyable experience for you. Also, ultimately, probably the most important thing is make sure that you are listening to your body. If I'm instructing you through doing something that doesn't make you feel comfortable, or you have some hesitations, then just hold on. Go back to a spot that is more comfortable for you. It is perfectly okay to just sit in your chair and focus on breathing this whole time. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we're going to start by just setting our intentions and doing a little centering. So either sitting in your seat or standing up if you've been sitting all day and would like to stand, I should say all morning. Feel free to just come to this space. You can rest your hands down at your side, or you can hold them at heart center, whatever feels most comfortable to you. And go ahead and close your eyes, or just shift your gaze down towards your toes, whatever feels right in this moment in your space. And just take a little bit here to focus on that breath. Allow yourself to settle into the space. And give yourself a little bit of gratitude for making time to show up here today, to show up for yourself. Taking this little bit of time to stretch and breathe and slow down, even though it seems like sometimes it becomes just another thing we have to do or might take us away from our long to-do list. Taking breaks like this is really helpful and scientifically proven to help us be more productive in the end. So congratulations to you all. And like I said, offer a little bit of gratitude for yourself. I'm going to give you just a moment of silence here. And I want you to think about what your intentions are. Both your intentions for this 15 minutes that we have together, this 15 minutes that you have for yourself, but also your intention for the day, maybe the week ahead. All right, and when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes back up. Let's start with 3 big, deep cleansing breaths. So you might want to bring your arms into it. Go ahead and maybe squat down a little bit. Inhale, bring those arms up to the sky, maybe even clasping the hands together, reaching up and really stretching, and exhale, let it all out. Might be helpful to invigorate if you get into it again with movement with the whole body and really forcing, pulling that air in. And exhale, push it out through the mouth nice and loud. If you have the space for that, one more in, up, and exhale. Push it all out. Awesome. Let's go ahead and start today in a different position. We're going to do wide legs. So you might want to play with this as we go along for how wide you want your legs. I'm going to go just a little bit wider than my hips, and you're going to point your toes kind of out at an angle. Again, the space and the angle depends on your comfort level. But what we're going to be doing is going straight down into what would be called like a plie squat. So making sure your knees are behind your toes and they're not going in, they're flat. But then you also want to focus on going straight down. So I'll show you at a side angle here. So see how I'm going straight down. I'm not bending forward, straight down. All right, so if you're already down, awesome. Why don't you just hold it there just for a second. Just want to feel that heat building in those inner thighs. Beautiful. And go ahead and do a little tip to the side. Engage those muscles to bring yourself back up. And a little tip to the other side. Great, engage, use those core muscles to bring yourself back up. Putting your hands on your hips, and we're gonna do a little cat and cow. So go ahead, arching that back out, pulling those shoulders in. Shoulders, yeah. And then inhale, we pop forward, pushing that chest forward. One more, I'll show you at the side, so you're down. Stretching that back on your exhale. And then inhale into a cow, stretching that chest forward. Great. Now pulling up through the pelvic floor, engaging all those muscles to stand up straight. Okay, we still got our legs wide, toes pointed out. We're just gonna do a nice, easy roll down, just reaching towards the ground. Maybe wiggling your fingers. If you want some movement here, you might go from one foot back to the center and over to the other foot, going at your own pace. You might even choose to just grab onto your elbows and do a little swaying. Get a nice little stretch in the lower back, reaching towards those toes, and then when you're ready, engage that core, bring it all the way up. All right, let's do that full sequence once more. So go ahead again. Maybe you want to widen your feet if that makes it a little more comfortable. Toes are pointed out. We're squatting straight down, still standing up. Might bring your hands to heart center. A little tilt to your left side. Engage that core to bring you up. Little tilt to your right side. Engage that core to come back up. And this time we're going to put our hands on our legs again, but we're going to tilt one shoulder in. Come back up, and then tilt the opposite shoulder in. Come back up. Let's do again each side. Shoulder goes in. Make sure shoulders aren't reaching up to your ears. Coming up. Shoulder in. And come on up. Go ahead and you can straighten those legs. Reach down to the ground. Again, you can choose what position feels better for you. If you want to sway back and forth. You're going to grab your elbows and just pull a little deeper. Engage those pelvic floor muscles in the core. Slowly roll up. Give a nice shoulder roll backwards. Maybe heel toe those feet back together. And give me some shoulder rolls forward. Awesome. We're going to go into what we call Warrior 2. So again, if your feet are already out, perfect. Take your right foot, face it forward, hips are facing forward, and then that left foot, go ahead and turn it so it's facing the perpendicular. For balance, it might be easier to have those legs a little bit further spaced apart, but everyone has their own limitations, so see what feels best here. It also can be helpful to have that front heel aligning with that arch of that back foot. Okay. Go ahead and put a little bit of a bend into that front knee, but making sure that that knee is not going over the toe. And place those arms up into a T, nice and level. And go ahead and look over that front hand. That's probably your left hand. Take a breath here. Feel the heat building in that left inner thigh. Looking over those fingers, go ahead and look over the back hand. Make sure your arms are level. And then reverse warrior, we drop that back hand, that front hand comes up to the sky, and you might want to look up at it. And then go ahead and bring it back down. Place that arm on that front leg, and then reaching over nice and long. Imagine you have energy coming from the earth, from your foot, shooting all the way out that right middle fingertip. Beautiful. Engage that core, stand up. And let's do the other side. So the other toe rotates out. This left toe now comes straight forward towards me, and the hips are forward towards me. Might get a light little shift. Arms come out. Beautiful. Look over now that right hand. And check to make sure that back arm is still up, looking over that back arm. Back to the front. Nice bending that knee, but not coming over the toes. We're warriors. That doesn't mean we have to be in war. To be warriors of peace. Go ahead and look up to the sky, bringing that hand up. Reverse warrior. Sending peace out to the world. And then bring that front arm down to that front leg. Other arm comes out nice, long, lean lines. Beautiful stretch for the side body. Perfect. And stand it back up, engaging that core to stand back up. Heel toe, those feet back in. And we're going to do what's called camel, but it's standing camel. Significantly easier than if you were doing yoga, camel on the ground. So go ahead and stand to the side so you can see me. Putting your hands just on the back here, right above your glutes. And all you're going to do is bring those elbows together, pull the shoulder blades together, pop that chest out, looking just slightly up. So a nice stretch across the front of that body. So sure those shoulders are dropped, not creeping up to your ears. Beautiful. And then reverse. Again, you can clasp those fingers. Reach it forward, looking down. Okay, and let's do just a quick little stretch for our wrists. So go ahead and grab your palms. Reach the arm forward. Just a nice little pull. Very gentle. Stretch out that wrist. Beautiful. Give it a nice twist. And other side. Palm, fingers are down. Nice little pull. Only as far as is comfortable for you without adding too much extra tension. Awesome. Okay, shake that out to those wrists. And then lastly, let's do a calf stretch today because I don't think we've done that yet in the series. So I'm going to back up so you can see. You could also do this sitting. You're simply going to tap one heel forward or start with my right foot. So that heel comes forward. I've got a bend in my supporting leg here. And you're just reaching forward until you can feel that stretch coming across the back of that leg. So your hands can be on your back. Your hands could be right here. Just make sure they're not right on your knees. You could also be having them on a table in front of you. Beautiful. And standing up. Let's do the other side. So other foot comes forward, bend in the stationary standing supporting leg. And make sure you're breathing. Good. All right. And one more, just because I think we should do it every day, that figure four stretch. Again, stretching the innermost glute muscles that are working hard for us all day. So go ahead and again, you can do the sitting down. I'll do the standing today. Cross that foot over. Here you can see my figure four, and I'm just sitting back. So that nice stretch across the back with that leg, the glutes. Sometimes I like to take this opportunity to do a little ankle rotation. Foot that's coming across. Beautiful. Exhale, stand it up. Let's do the other side. Let's go to the side this time so you can kind of see the side angle. So crossing that foot over. And this side, definitely not as flexible. It's pretty normal that one side will be easier than the other, but it's important to always do both to be working towards that balance. Beautiful. Exhale, stand it up, shake it out. And let's just end here quick with one last moment to close our eyes. Again, you can bring your hands at heart center and just bring your mind back to that intention you were thinking of before. Let's just take a quick moment to remind ourselves, what was the intention that you had for this time today? Did you honor that? you did, awesome. If you didn't, that's okay, but maybe carve out some other time to try again, even if it's a shorter time. And the next thing is think about what was the intention you wanted to set for your day ahead. Just bring that to mind again. And that is all that we have today. Thank you for joining me for this mindful movement break. You have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.